Here we go. Let's dive right into it. So, in this video, I want to talk about something that my sweetheart and I, we were actually having a conversation about this subject months ago. I think this was like, I don't know, somewhere between like 2 and 4 months ago. It's on the subject of pain, it's on the subject of suffering. And I realized that a lot of this stuff comes down to familiarity. It comes down to comfort. And the reason why, from what I understand, the reason why that we experience pain and suffering is because there's either something that is being like taken out or something that's being introduced. And if you have a certain level of comfort and familiarity with something, right, and that is I don't know, taken away, you're gonna be in pain. You're gonna suffer. And if there's something that you're going to take on or something that you're going to start, there's a level of unfamiliarity that comes with it. Like if you're just it's new to you. You've never done it before, so therefore it's different. It's all of that. And I kind of want to explore that because where I am now is very interesting. Um, and it's interesting to look at how much like everything that I grew up with. It's kind of like there are things these days that you cannot run on, like, I don't know, like old Windows softwares, right? Like a new computer program cannot run on an old software, right? Or on an old, and a new way of living cannot run on old belief systems. Consider it that way, right? Like a software is just like a structure. It is a program that moves you in a specific direction. It has a function to run a very specific way, right? If you want to do something that you've never done, right? It's like yes, it's that idea. If you want to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. And it's just so interesting because what I'm experiencing with like where I'm at now, like there's a lot of growth happening, like a crazy amount of growth and transformation. I'm seeing my potential in a way that I've never seen it before in my life. And it's also very challenging to approach because um, like there are still outdated systems at play. There are still outdated beliefs that are very challenging to like you're just going, and then this belief system pops out of nowhere. No, nah, we're not doing that. You can't do that. And you have to look at it, and you examine it and stuff, and it's like, oh wow, that's 20 years old. Wow. Okay, let's deal with that productively, right? And once you like deal with that and heal that and everything, this is actually exciting that I'm coming to this subject. I'm definitely going to talk more about this with my sweetheart. And I'm just excited to see where that conversation goes because this started on the subject of pain. But the very reason why the pain is there is because the structure is the outdated, just no longer necessary belief systems that keep you locked inside of a very specific identity. Um, and it's kind of like the dismantling of those belief systems and that identity altogether that just kind of like shift you into just like a new space and everything. Um, so yeah, basically, like, say for instance you're taking on something new, right? That's the kind of the space that I want to explore right now. When there's something that's unfamiliar, the very reason that there's feelings of, I don't know, like pain or like insecurity or like uncertainty, like whatever it is, it's simply because there are belief systems regarding like what might happen or like what you deserve or what you don't deserve or like all that kind of stuff. And when you look at that clearly for what it is and just realize that it's outdated and it's from back there and it's not going to be beneficial for up there, you know, it's just it's interesting when you see things in clear detail, right? And just kind of like just go from there. Like it changes the structure. Um, it helps you to see that the pursuit forward is possible for you. You will only ever go after, you will only ever go after what it is that you believe you're capable of. And, you know, I've met people who just believe that they're not worth anything, you know, and just like looking at it for what it is, it's like, oh, okay, you're dealing with like an outdated, you know, structure. So like if you look at the foundation and you're if I kind of I present, I don't know, this analogy. You cannot build a massive heavy you know, cement metal skyscraper on a foundation of feathers. It just doesn't work that way. And so, like, the foundation of feathers is the metaphor for just because of how, like, it's not strong. So, you know, that metaphor is in regards to, you know, your belief systems and how you see yourself, your insecurities and all that stuff. It's not strong. If you don't believe that you can do something big, it's like, you know, having a feather foundation and trying to build a metal and concrete skyscraper. It's not going to work. It's just going to fall down. So you have to like rip everything apart and be like, oh, that's what it is. And just kind of like go from there. And it changes the way that you move forward because like once you realize like just you know just because you've never done something doesn't mean you can't do it, right? It doesn't. Like, you know, we are adaptation creatures. We have the capacity to adapt, to change, to something different in our environment, to doing something different. We do. That's just the way that it works. And so when you can, you know, kind of just like pick it all apart and just like recognize that this is the way that things have been created throughout your life in probably an unconscious manner, um, you can consciously approach that, you know, and like look at it and be like, oh, okay, so I just got to rearrange this, that, and the other, got to toss that out, got to add that, you know, like that's how it goes. That's literally how it goes, and just going from there and just kind of like consciously moving forward. Um, I would argue that the coolest way to approach this is from a standpoint of, I guess, worth. Worth is the thing to look at here because worth is something that determines a lot of people's, you know, what they do, what they experience, what they don't do. You know, like you either believe that you're worthy of it or you don't, right? If you do, if you really believe that you're worth it, you're a lot more likely to, you know, pursue it, to go after it, to you know, yeah, to 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 go the to go the journey and to just, you know, to actualize it. Um, but you know, there is no in between. Like you're either here or you're there, and that's it. So you really have to just kind of like see yourself as you are, recognize the shit that you have, and do what you can to push through. But not only push through, like there, consider this a belief system, right? This is a belief system. It's blocking you from a whole ton of shit because it's limiting. It doesn't allow you to see yourself as you are. Pushing through that, right, and getting that out of the way allows you to be like, oh wow, okay, that was just a, you know, I don't know, do not enter out of fear, right? But that was outdated, so let's move past that. Oh, look at all the, interesting, right? That's literally how it works. That's literally how it works. just, not being blinded by bullshit, which are belief systems. But yeah.